has finally returned! Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies House of Videocast. Today we're going to recap the first game of spring training between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Detroit Tigers. As the Phillies lose 10-2 to the Tigers, they did absolutely just get destroyed in this one. Ivan Nova was on the mound. He just did not have it this afternoon. 50-plus pitches in the first inning. That was a terrible bottom of the first inning for the Phils. Adam Hazley did homer on the second pitch of the ballgame. Now, guys, before you get in this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So, it was nice to see some Phillies baseball again, once again. I understand we didn't get to see it on TV. We didn't get to listen to it on the 94 WIP as well. But there was a Phillies baseball game played today. Wow. And for the first time in 354 days, there were fans in attendance watching a Phillies game. So Joe Girardi was talking about it after the game. He said it was so nice and refreshing to see some fans in the stands. And it was like, a little bit of normalcy. He talked about how refreshing that was. And once again, we started this ball game hot. Adam Hazley, the second pitch he sees, he whacks out to left field for his first home run in spring training. Wow. That was pretty cool. But even Noah would later top that by giving up a leadoff home run on the very first pitch. But Adam Hazley, what a way to start spring training with a bang. He also walked this afternoon as well. So good job by Adam Hazley. It's hard to get fired up about these games. Once again, I'm not happy about the outcome of this game, but you have to keep in mind spring training. Of course, let's keep in mind what spring training is, right? It's practice. It is practice. It's preparation for the beginning of the season. And, usually in spring training, you're going to see guys, who are on the verge of making the teams, these minor league deals, like Jeff Mathis, Christian Bethancourt, Ronald Torreyes, Matt Joyce, those type of guys. Ivan Nova, you can throw him in there as well. And you're going to talk about, the young guys like Mickey Moniak. You're going to see him get some playing time. Even Bryson Scott as well. So you're gonna see, some of these younger guys. That's what spring training is for. It's to figure out, to get ready for opening day. It's to, to test some guys out. See who'd be the best fit. There was no spring training, and we wouldn't know. It's also to get some ABs, for the guys to get preparation for the season. So these games don't matter. We all know that. We didn't really, we don't really get to see the, the big stars like Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto, of course, right now since he's injured. Reese Hoskins, Didi Gregorius. We're not going to see him for at least another 2 weeks. He did just arrive in camp this week, but. We're not going to see those kind of guys, and I understand that. We are, but there's not a lot. Usually on home games, and they're going to be pulled in like the 5th, 6th inning. If that. So, we don't really see a lot of the superstars. That's when we wait for the regular season. Let's get right into the scoring summary. As I said, Ivan Nova's on the mound, but we started this ball game right in the top of the first inning. Adam Hazley, the second pitch he sees, he whacks out to left as he homers on a fly ball to left field, his first of the spring. The first Phillies home run hit in the spring training, and it is now 1-0 Phil. So what a way to start off with a bang. Adam Hazley getting the job done there. The game wasn't on TV, but there is a video of it, and the crowd was cheering. We were away for this game at Publix Field, but they were clapping. Then in the bottom of the first inning, Willie Castro, on the very first pitch he sees from Ivan Nova, homers on a fly ball to right center field. So let's think about this. So Adam Hazley homers on the second pitch of the ball game. And then Ivan Nova, the first pitch that he throws, Willie Castro whacks it out. So it's now a tie ball game at 1. So Ivan Nova's thinking like, hey, Adam Hazley homered on the second pitch. Now, I could do better. Let's do it on the first pitch. Right? Let's just serve it up on the first pitch. I could top that. So it's now a tie ball game at 1. Then we load the bases, and Harold Castro walks with the bases loaded to make it a 2-1 ball game. Ivan Nova really was struggling with his command, and then he was later pulled after that. And then Jonathan Hagan comes into the game, and then he walks Aki Badu, and that also scores a run to make it a 3-1 ball game. So back-to-back walks in this inning, and then why not make it back-to-back as Daniel Pena walks. And Wilson Ramos, the former Philly, comes across the score, and it's now a 4-1 ball game. I understand this is spring training, but you guys know how I feel about bases loaded walks. And there were three of them in a row. How in the world does that happen? Struggling with the command. You clearly saw they were struggling with command. 50-plus pitches in the first inning, combined. So, even though taken out, and then we bring in Hagenin, and he doesn't make it any better. And then Dustin Garneau singles on a line drive to right field over to Gronkowski. and Harold Castro scores, and it is now a 5-1 Tigers lead. So they just keep piling it on here. And they were not done. Willie Castro grounds out to second base, and Akibato scores, and it is now a 6-1 Tigers lead. So the Tigers is really piling it on here, 6-1. And that was a really, really rough first inning. As I said, 6 runs, 50 plus pitches. That was very, very rough to witness. Then in the top of the second inning, Rafael Marquez grounds out the shortstop, and C.J. Catham scores, and it is now a 6-2 ball game. So the Phillies get one back, but the game is pretty much over at this point. We just were down so much. And then in the bottom of the second inning, the Tigers get that run right back as Akibato singles on a soft line drive to left field. Eric Hayes scores, and it's now a 7-2 Tigers lead. So as I said, they were just piling it on here. They got the lead, in the bottom of the first inning, 6-1. That leadoff home run by Willie Castro in the bottom of the first inning really jumpstart the ball game for the Tigers. But then in the bottom of the fifth inning, Daniel Pinito homers on a fly ball to left center field. His first of the spring. It's now an 8-2 Tigers lead. Getting some insurance here against Alan De Los Santos, who just did not look very good out there today. And then J.D. Hammer. We all know J.D. Hammer. Gives up a home run to Eric Hayes. He homers on a fly ball to left center field, his first of the spring. And it's now a 9-2 ball game. I mean, we haven't really heard the name J.D. Hammer lately, have we? I mean, it's been a while. He got some appearances in 2019. He was later designated for assignment. Now he's back in the spring. Now we're going to see him a little bit more. So it's going to be interesting to see, how he does in the spring. Not starting off so well. Gives up the home run to Hayes. Then we look at another one. As Grayson Greer walks and Cody Clemens scores, and it's now a 10-2 ball game. And that's your ball game. Mercy. 10-2 your final score, as we only play 7 innings in this one. I'm not really sure why. There was no explanation given. Only 7 innings this game was. So the Phillies lose. It's now 0-1 to start of spring training. Not the end of the world, as I said. So we're going to go take a look at Ivan Nova's start. Third of an inning, 3 hits. 5 runs, all 5 are earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout, and a home run allowed. Just absolutely terrible. And Jonathan Hagan did not make it any better. He was pretty awful too. But Mitchell did a good job at the pen. I mean, 2 innings, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts. I mean, he was by far the best guy today. I mean, he was just unbelievable. I mean, 2 innings. I mean, he was by far. I mean, the rest of the Phillies bullpen, pitching staff for that matter, was just absolutely terrible. But Brian Mitchell did his job. He really, really did. Brian Mitchell definitely did his job. So great performance out of Mitchell. That was very, very promising. As I said, it's only 1 appearance, but Mitchell did his job. 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, only 1 hit. Very, very good. Hopefully, once again, this is why we have spring training, as I keep saying, to, see what the new guys can do, see what the younger guys can do. That's why we have spring training. These minor league signings, the young prospects, these minor league signings. On a minor league contract, we see what they can do. We see what they can do. So I think, Brian, Mitchell is a perfect example of that. Mitchell's a perfect example of that. So he did a very, very good job this afternoon. Really that's the only guy I'm really going to mention because, he was the only guy that, did something good. My, oh my. But Adam Hazley, I'd say your offensive player of the game, 1 for 2, 1 run scored, that home run, also a walk in there as well. Very, very good out of him. What a way to start the spring. Scott Kingery, hitless today. We didn't get to see the game on TV, so I don't really, have a ton of information. Went 0 for 3 this afternoon. Did get the start. At second base, he really needs to pick it up this spring. Alec Bohm, the hit machine, goes 0 for 3. Once again, you can't really put too much stock into this. This isn't really the end of the world, but Mickey Pominiak collecting a hit, Ralphie Marquand, getting that RBI ground out. Not much out of the Phillies offense this afternoon. Once again, this is a spring training game. I cannot put much stock into this. Luis Garcia got an at-bat this afternoon. We got to see a little Luis Garcia. Was nice to see. We got to see Bryson Scott as he made his 2021 spring training debut. Unfortunately, he went hitless in just 1 at bat. But it was nice to see he did make an appearance. Of course, we didn't get to see it. We're going to be able to watch the game tomorrow. 1:05 the first pitch against the Baltimore Orioles. Aaron Nola on the mound at Bake Hair Ballpark. It's no longer called Spectrum Field. Now called Bake Hair Ballpark. And, touch on some Phillies news here. Phillies are still expressing serious interest in right-handed pitcher Jake Odorizzi. Who would, fit very, very nicely in our starting rotation and push Matt Moore to the bullpen. I think this would do great. I really, really do. If we could do that. And as I said, Spectrum Field no longer called Spectrum Field, now called Baycare Ballpark. So say goodbye to good old Spectrum Field. Didi Gregorius, was having trouble getting into the United States. He arrived this week. Now that he's arrived, he's going to have to lock down for 2 weeks, so we're not going to see much action out of Didi Gregorius. So once he completes that 2-week waiting period, he'll be eligible to start playing. So that's good. But not the best performance out of Phillies today. Once again, spring training. You can't put too much pressure into that. You can't put too much stock into this. But not the greatest. Luckily we're going to watch the game on TV tomorrow, which is great. Most of the games at home are going to be televised. They're going against Lopez tomorrow. The Orioles also lost today, so that's good. Of course, we don't, the records don't mean anything in spring training, right? I mean, we all know that. But once again, let's keep in mind what spring training is all about. It's about getting guys ABs, especially the younger guys, the minor league signs out, getting guys ABs and getting ready for the regular season. Anyone who puts stock into spring training and gets upset when they lose, of course, I'm not happy that they lost today, but it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. You can't too much, you can't, of course, I always want them to win, but you can't put too much stock into this. You just can't. You just can't, because these games don't mean anything. They just don't. They don't mean anything. Of course, do I want the guys to do well? Of course. But one thing I don't really love about spring training, you don't really get to see much of Bryce Harper. As I said, the big boys like Hoskins and Realmuto and Gregorius and, guys like that, and we saw Akbum today, but you don't really see a lot of them. And if you do, it's usually at home games, because Bryce Harper doesn't usually play road games. He usually plays home games. Maybe we're going to see Bryce Harper tomorrow. Who knows? I doubt it, because usually, the first couple of games of spring training he usually doesn't play. But he was talking about his 2021 expectations. He was asked a few questions about if he felt at the beginning of the 2020 season, if he felt like, immortal Bryce Harper of the 2015. And he kind of pushed off the question. He didn't really answer the question. If you go back and look, he didn't really answer it. He just didn't, which was kind of funny. But, he has big expectations. And as Mark DeRosa said, no one wants to win more than Bryce Harper. I mean, no one. This guy wants to win so bad. So bad, and he deserves it. I mean, this guy's had the pressure on his whole entire life. I mean, 16 years old on cover Sports Illustrated, majors at 19. I mean, this guy is it. He is the real deal. Won an MVP, Rookie of the Year, all these All-Star appearances. I mean, this guy is the real deal. And once again, I mean, is he, the best player in baseball? No, he's not. But, this is Bryce. He wants to win. And I'm not just, I'm not, having just, center focus on Bryce Harper here. But, he's a, big piece in this team. He just is. So Aaron Nola on the mound tomorrow. Nola day. We know he's not going to go very deep, of course, since it is spring training. But once again, Phillies lose 10-2 to the Tigers. Dropped the first game of spring training. Not the end of the world. I mean, once again, spring training. Spring training. The game's only anything. The game tomorrow will be recaps. As I said, 2 during the regular, 2 during the weekend. Of course, we didn't have one yesterday. Saturday and Sunday, and then 2 during the middle of the week. That's what the protocol is here at Phillies House. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section. At Phillies House of Instagram, TikTok, our X, Instagram, card text 267-225-3392. Email with PhilliesHouseEvent@gmail.com. 105, the first pitch tomorrow against the Baltimore Orioles. Nola going against Lopez. The Phillies lose 10-2 to the Tigers. Adam Hazley did hit an opposite field home run. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you all later. Let's go, Phillies. I'll see you again.